Gentlemen and lady, welcome. I just wanted to stop by with a quick video today expanding on a topic that people have been asking me about a lot due to my how to be elitist video, and that is of course the best bank standing pets. So I'm not really supposed to be doing this. This is kind of classified information that the JMODS didn't want me to share, but I am going to be releasing the official objective Mod Ash approved pet tier list. Gone wrong, gone sexual. Number one will shock you. Anyway, there are three metrics that we need to take into account when we are discussing the flex level of a certain pet. The first being, does it look cool? Now, obviously that's, I would say, the most important one, but we cannot ignore the other two, which second, how hard is it to get? This is essentially the same thing as rarity, so I'm gonna be grouping them together. And third, is it big? This one's just a yes or no. I mean, it can really only help. There's no points deducted if it's small, or at least that's what I tell myself. So this is going to be a classic style tier list in that there's no definitive number rankings. We're gonna be going from F to S tier. Starting at the very bottom. So this is the F tier here. If you have any of these pets, I would recommend just incinerating them. Most of these pets are gotten by accident, so it's not your fault if you have one, guys, I get it. So we're gonna start off with the absolute, no question, worst pet in the entire game. That's the rock golem. This thing kind of sucks. It's literally just a pile of rocks, and there's already a pet rock in the game, so it's completely redundant. And on top of that, you actually have to do mining to get it, so it's just a lose-lose situation. The rest of the pets on this tier, we got two of these Dagonoth pets. I don't know which is which because who cares. We also have the Heron. We also have the Chaos Ellie. That thing does not deserve to be called a pet. And the very last one for the F tier, and this is gonna make people angry. I am so sorry for this one, but the very last pet in the F tier is the Hell Puppy. I apologize, guys. I'm sorry some of you guys are going to be incensed by this, but let's be real. This is just a Hellcat. It doesn't even have 3 heads like the boss, so this thing is pretty much useless. All right, we're gonna move on to the D tier, and I want to kick it off with what I think is the pinnacle of D tier pets. This one, it really just encapsulates D tier perfectly, and that, of course, is KBD. That might also anger some people, but like, let me justify this, right? It looks pretty cool, but it's not big, and it's also very easy to get, right? So there are 2 reasons that you have this pet. Number one, you have 1400 total level, and you got it on 7 KC, and the other one is that you're a max main pet hunter, and you haven't enjoyed a single second of this grind. Also rounding out this tier is the last Dagonoth pet. This one has colorful spikes, so that's kind of cool, I guess. We also have a few of the skilling pets. So we got ourselves Phoenix, we got ourselves Rocky, the squirrel pet, and the little Beavy. These things are all cute, guys, don't get me wrong, but they're very plain and literally no one cares that you have post 99 XP. Now, the last and in my opinion greatest D tier pet is the Skatizo pet. The only reason you'd have one of these following you is if that's your only pet, but you know, it still looks decent. Oh, and Kraken as well. Yeah, he's in the D tier. I really like tentacles, but not in this context. Okay, for the C tier, now this is kind of the sweet spot. If you have any of these pets, like you're not really newbie anymore. So let's see, we got pets like Vorkath here. We got pets like Zulra, both of these little spider guys, and like realistically I'd go through these pet by pet, but they're so average and unremarkable that that's a complete waste of time. We're gonna kind of gun them out. Anyway, we got ourselves the Chompy Check, pretty cute but requires some skilling. Wiggly Boy, not a bad one, and the Rune Crafting pet, which is definitely one of the higher tier skilling pets. We're also going to pop the Chin pet in here. Now if you have the golden Chin pet, that is B tier. Throwing also Herbivore, and the final one in this tier is Small Kano. There's kind of a weird glitch with this pet. I don't know if the JMODs are working on this or not, but it's actually unobtainable if your IP registers as outside of Venezuela. So if you're farming this, make sure that you use VPN. NordVPN, please sponsor me. All right, boys, B tier. Now these pets are actually starting to get kind of cool. So we're gonna kick it off with both Raids pets. Now this is of course just the plain omelet, which it looks decent, but guys, let's be real here. Everyone knows you got lucky on this pet. I can count the number of deserved omelets on one cock. The TOB pet is a little bit better, but once again, you know, it's just a spider, and I kill spiders in real life when I see them, so eh. We also have a few of the Slayer pets being, let's see here, Sire, we got Hydra, and we also got Gargoyles, which I'm proud to be one of 5 people in the world to have actively grinded this pet, and Little Scorpion, kind of cool. Now just as a side note, I would only recommend using B tier and up to bank stand with, if at all possible. So I'm gonna round this out with the 3 best bank standing pets in the B tier. We've got ourselves Jad, which is about to become an S tier pet with the new transmog coming out for it. I think I guess it'll be the day you're watching this. if I release this tomorrow. Also have Big Cute Bear. He's big, cute, and also bear. And of course, Bandos. Now this is the worst God Wars dungeon pet, but he is also very loud, so that kind of alerts people to your presence. It's really kind of a neat feature. All right, guys. A tier. This is where it gets really spicy. But I'm gonna have to stop you right there because there are 3 requirements that you need to fulfill before I can legally show you the A tier of pets.
Like, comment, and subscribe, bitch.
First on the list is Mole, cause fuck you. Also, we have our big boys being KQ, Armadillo, and for some reason this list does not have the Penance Queen, so we're gonna give it a second one of the KQs. It's just here, it's here. Now, is it a coincidence that big pet equals big flex? No. Make sure to take these with you everywhere you possibly can. We also have our other 2 God Wars pets in here. Beautiful pets. And also, the A tier is home to the final skilling pet, Mr. Groot himself. Groot has a Rasta version if you use a dragon fruit tree seed, and if you don't think that's the sickest shit, you can get the fuck out of my face. We also have the corrupted gauntlet pet here. Now, if you could beat the gauntlet 800 times without breaking your keyboard, you deserve this pet. And the final 2 in this tier, we have the Bloodhound, a very good boy. And this one is a real edge one for me. I'm sorry to say, but rounding off the A tier at the absolute highest spot is the Zuck pet. That is right, guys. Realistically speaking, I have this one at A because most of these were acquired by grinding Vorkath instead of the Inferno, if you get what I'm saying. And plus, it's not big, so A tier. S tier. The big 3. Now, some of you might be watching and saying, Tasty, I'm a giant nerd. I counted this entire thing, and there's actually 4 left. Well, guess what? The little creator is a waste of space. Pets should not come from minigames, especially if they're PvP, so that doesn't exist to me. Rounding out the trio at the number 3 spot is Vedion. That is correct, guys, Vedion. Now, this is a wildy boss, so not only do you have to exploit the code for hundreds of hours to efficiently farm this, but you also have to dodge large teams of PKers hurling Ice Barrage and the N-word at you. I hope you're not sensitive, otherwise you won't get this pet. Number 2 is the Corporeal Beast. Corporeal? Hold up. Corporeal Beast. Corporeal Beast. Very big. And of course, the best pet in the game, the number 1 pet of all time, is the Dusted Omelet. That is right. This is literally 10 pets in one, and like only 5 people have them, one of which is me, so fuck you. Now, this pet, technically speaking, is not particularly difficult to get, but it takes a lot of hours of challenge mode, so it's not the mechanical difficulty. The real difficulty is getting through a whole challenge mode without wanting to kill yourself. But in the end, the grind is 100% worth it because bug. Well, there you guys have it. That is the official RuneScape tier list for pets. I appreciate all you guys watching. Just a reminder to go ahead and follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/tastyosrs. I am live minimum 5 days a week on Twitch, 5 to 9 p.m. Pacific time, boys. Pacific. It's kind of late, I'm sorry. What 5 days, you ask? I don't know. Just whatever 5 days I feel like. I'm gonna try to stream like every day in March, so like if it's a day, I'm probably live. Go check me out. And of course, like the video, comment, subscribe if you want to see more from Papa Tasty. 6 Jads comes out tomorrow, so I'm probably gonna be streaming that until I get it, which is probably gonna take me like 8 or 9 years. So come pop by. Stay tasty.
Old school, tasty, fresh on the scene. 10K in 10 days, man, that shit was obscene. But with fans come haters, I think you know what I mean. Little whiny bitch shouting, you ruined 416. Sit down and